Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the CIO press conference. Today, we're having another in the series embarking on a new journey, a government perspective. And the third session focuses on transport. We are glad to have with us Mr. Li Xiaopeng and Mr. Xu Chengguang, Minister and Vice Minister of Transport, who will brief us on our efforts to move faster to boost China's strength in transport and strive to be a pioneer in China's modernization drive. Now I give floor to Mr. Li Xiaopeng. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from the press, good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here at the press conference and meet all of you. On behalf of the Ministry of Transport, I'd like to express our gratitude to all of you for your long care, support, supervision, and help for China's transportation. In the past year, the transport system, under the firm leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, earnestly implemented the principle of coordinating COVID response, maintaining economic development. We followed precise and science-based COVID-19 response, ensured smooth logistics and transport, ensured workplace safety, expanded investment in transport, and helped to relieve the difficulties of businesses. Notable progress has been made. This year marks the starting of full implementation of the guiding principles laid down at the 20th CPC National Congress. Our system will continue to focus on studying and implementing Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era and the guiding principles of the 20th CPC National Congress as our primary political task and long-term strategic task, and implement decisions at the National Congress of the CPC with great initiative. General Secretary Xi attaches great importance to transport. He pointed out that since the founding of New China, generations of people have cut paths through mountain rocks and built bridges across currents. We managed to build China into a country with a large transport network, and we're now moving faster to boost China's strength in transport, which is a pioneer in China's modernization. He fully recognized our efforts and expects officials and professionals in transport to make greater contribution with dedication. His important instructions about transport have pointed the way forward and also the fundamental guidance for our work. We'll follow the guidance of Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, continue to deeply implement the guiding principles of the 20th CPC National Congress and General Secretary Xi's important instructions, aim to make greater contribution with dedication, move faster to boost China's strength in transport, and strive to be a pioneer in China's modernization. With continuous efforts, we will contribute our share to building a strong modern socialist country in all respects. This year, we'll compile and implement a 5-year plan for moving faster to boost China's strength in transport. We'll follow a science-based and targeted approach in COVID response, ensure smooth transport and logistics, continue to enhance workplace safety, accelerate the development of an integrated, multidimensional transport network, robustly expand effective investment, focus on enhancing the level of our services, adjust and optimize the composition of transport, promote clean and low-carbon transition. We'll also build a unified and open transport market at faster pace, advocate global transport cooperation, and unswervingly exercise full and rigorous party self-governance to combat corruption. In the coming days, one of our priorities is to provide high-quality transport services during the 2 sessions. Overall, we should make continuous efforts in unison, strive to complete our tasks this year, and satisfy the requirements from our party and our people. I will stop here, and my colleague and I are now happy to take your questions. Thank you.
好，谢谢李部长的介绍。下
Thank
面
you,
欢迎大
Mr.
家提
Li.
问。提
The
问
floor
前
is
请通
open,
报所
and
在的
please
新闻机构。
identify your news outlet
这
before
边第
raising
二
your
排的女士。
questions.
浙报集团潮新闻提问，因为我们知道党的这个19大提出交通强国之后呢，在党的20大明确提出加快建设交通强国，所以想请问在相关方面，我们过去5年做哪些工作，以及下一步做哪些计划和
What has been done in the past
好，
5
谢
years,
谢
and what's
这
your
位
plan
记
for
者
the
你的问
future?
题。加快建设
Thank you
交
for your
通强国
question.
呢，是以习近平同志为
Moving
核心
faster
的
to
党中
boost
央，
China's strength in
立足国
transport
情，着眼全局，面向未来
is
做出
what
的
General
重大的
Secretary Xi
战略
Jinping,
决策部署。
the Central
正
Committee
如
with
你所
Comrade
讲，
Xi
党的
Jinping
19
at its
大
core
提
has
出
made
建设
it
交
is an
通强
important strategy
党
and
的20大又
that
提
is
出
based on
加快
national
建设
realities with
交
the
通强
overall
国。
picture in mind and
总
facing
书
the
记
future.
高度重视，
General Secretary
他
Xi
强
Jinping
调
attaches
正
great
如刚才
importance to it
我
and
给
has
大家
made
介绍
important
的，
instructions.
他强调，
Just like what I
新中
said,
国成立以来，几代人
since the founding of the
逢
new
山开
China,
路，遇水架桥，
generations of the
建成了
Chinese
交
people
通大
have
国，
worked in the spirit
正
of
在
opening
加快
roads
建
through
设交
mountains
通
and
强
putting
国，
bridges
交
over
通
rivers.
成为中国现代
They
化
have
的
turned
开
China
路
into a country
先锋
with。vast transport, and today we are moving faster to
党
build
中
a
央、
country
国
with
务院
great transport
先
strength.
后印发了
Transportation has
交
become a
通强国
frontier
建
in
设
the
纲要
country's
和
modernization
国家
drive.
综合立体网规
The
划纲要，
Central
进一步
Committee
完
of the
善了
party and the
交
State
通强
Committee
国
and the
建
State
设的
Council
顶层
have
设计。我们呢，
released the
交
outline
通
for
运输
building
部
China's strength in
认真
transport
贯彻
and the
落实
outline
党
for
中央、
national
国务院的决
comprehensive
策部署，
transport
推
network,
动各项工
improving
作
the
持
top
续
level
进展，
design.
实现了良好的开局。
We in the Ministry of
首先
Transport
呢，
have
就是
been
基
fully
础设施的
implementing
网
the
络
important
不断完善。
instructions of the General Secretary Xi Jinping
党的19大以来
and
的这
have
5
been
年，
advancing work in all
也就是
areas.
从2018到2022年这5年时间，
During the
交
5
通运
years
输系统
since the
一共
18th
完
Party
成固
Congress
定资
and the
产投
19th
资
Party Congress,
17万亿元，建成了
we
全球
have
最大的
completed
高速铁
17 trillion
路网
yuan of investment
全球最
and
大
has
的
built the
高速
world's
公路网
largest
和世界级的港口
high-speed railway
群。
network and express
截止
network
到
and
2022
world-class
年
port
底，
clusters.
全国的
By the end of
综合交
2022,
通网络的总里程
The
超
overall
过600万
mileage
公里。在这
exceeds
当中，
6
铁路运
million
营的里程是15.5
kilometers
万公里，其中高铁里程
with
是4.2万公里，公
155,000
路
for
通车的里
railways
程是535万公里，其
and
中高速公路通车里
5.35
程是
for roads
17.7万公里。港口拥有
177,000
的生
kilometers
产
for
性的
highway,
码头泊位一共有2.1万个，其中万吨以上
21,000 for
的
new berths
泊位
and
有
ports.
2751个。
Among
全
them,
国内
27
河的航道的通航里程是 12.8 万公里，
are of
其中可
over
以吞1000吨级以上船舶
tons
的
of
3级以上
handling
航道
capacity.
有1.5万公里。民用办证的机场
And high
达到了
quality
254个，
mileage
全国一共有
of
53个城市
254.
开通了城市的轨道交通，
53
通车
cities
的
in
总里程
China
有
have
9584万
railway
9584公里。
express.
在农村公路方面，
In
我
terms
们
of
实现
rural
了
roads,
具备条件的乡镇和建制村，村村通硬化路
administrative
通可
rural
车。
areas
另外，邮政方面实现了乡乡
are
社
accessible
所
to
村
bus
村
and
通
postal
邮。
services,
还有就是大家耳熟
and
能详
toilet
的
services
港珠
are
澳大
accessible
桥
to、
北
many
京大
rural
兴国际
areas.
机场、上海
And also
洋
projects
山港
like
深水
大兴
集装
Airport,
箱自动化码头、
Shanghai
京张高
automated
铁
berth
等
and
一
terminals,
批重大工
and
程建成投产。
Jinjiang
另外
Highway,
呢，像
among
川藏铁
others,
路、
have been put into
深中
operation.
通道、平
Also,
陆运河等重大工程
a series of
也在
important
加
and major
快建
projects
设。
are accelerating in
这
their
是第一个方
construction.
面的成就，基础
That's
设施网络不断
What
完
have I
善。
been doing in
第
improving
二个方
the
面呢，
network
就
of
是运
infrastructures?
输服务水平不断提
Secondly,
升
we，have been improving our services.
出行服务的质量不断改
The
善，
quality
物流
of
保通
travel
保畅
services
持续强化
keeps，improving.
交通运输
Logistics
新业态加快发
becomes
展，
smooth and
各种
unclogged.
方式的
All kinds
周
of
转量、
transport
邮政快递
are
业务
developing
量
rapidly,
等主要指标
and
都居世界前
we
列。
are among the first in the world in terms of
2022
passenger and freight
年
turnover
这一
and
全国
postal
的
and
营业
express
性
delivery
的客
business
运量
volume.
达到
In
了
2012
55.9亿人次， 全国的营业性的货运量达到了
business cargo volume
万吨，506亿吨。
reached
另外呢，
50.6 billion tons.
达到
Port
156.8亿吨，集装箱吞吐量
reached
超过了3亿标准集装
5.68
箱。
billion tons.
那么和民生相关的一些数据比如说
Numbers regarding
高速公
people's
路
livelihood
9座以
includes
下的小客车的出行量超过了
number of
171亿
cars with less than 9 seats reached 17.1 billion.
网约车的日均订单量超过了
Hailing bus
2000余万单，
Hailing
共
cars
享单车的日均
orders
订单量超过了
reached
3300万单。
20 million per day.
另外，快递的
And,
业务量一年超过
car
了
hailing
1100，
reached
1100
33 million per day.
这个平均每天的快递量超过3亿
Express
件。
delivery every day exceed
这就是
300
第二
million.
点，运输服务的水平不断提升。第三呢，
So
就
that's
是
what we are saying that
推动
our
高质
services
量
have
发
been
展。
improving. And
交通运
third,
输
we
的规
are
划体系
achieving
不断
high
完
quality
善。国
development.
家发布了
The planning system
14
has been
综合交
improved.
通的
We
规划
have realized
发
out
布了
the
中长期
14th
公
five-year
路
plan
规划网，
for transport
铁路、民航、邮政
and
也
also
都发布了中长
outlines
期
have
的规
been
划。
released in
另外，
the
交
long
通科技
term
创
for
新
civil
明显增
aviation
强，
and
绿色
waterway,
低碳转
etc.
型深入推进，
Green
人
and low
才队伍
carbon
的建
transition
设
also
得
been
到加强，
advancing. We are
持
also
续深化改
enhancing the
革，
workforce.
健全法律法规，营商
Reforms
环
have
境
been
也不断
deepened,
优化。
and we are building a better
第
business
四个方面
environment.
呢，就是在对外开放方面
Fourth,
加强对
we
外
are
合
doing
作。
a better job in
中老铁
international
路、
cooperation.
中俄黑河
China
大
Laos
桥
Railway,
等一大批合作项目
China-Russia
建成
Highway
投产。
Bridge in
中
Heihe
欧班列
have been
通达
completed
欧洲
and put into
25个国家
operation.
200多个城
China-Europe
市，
Railway Express
开通了
reached
国际道
25
路客货运
countries
输线
and
路
200
300
countries.
多条，
We have
海
opened
运
300 and
服
more
务
passenger and
繁
cargo transportation
覆盖
routes.
了“一带一
Our
路”
maritime
沿线的所
transport
有的沿海国
covers
家。
all littoral
国内
countries
航
along
空
the
公
Belt
司
and
经营
Road.
的国际定期航班，
The regular
通航
flights
62个国家的
operated by Chinese
153个
airlines
城市。
reached 62
邮
countries,
政快递通
153
达
cities.
全球
Postal and
220
express
个国
delivery
家和地
can
区。
now reach over 220
所以
countries
总
and
之
regions.
5年来，我们
So in
交
all,
通
in
运
the
输综
past
合
5
实力
years,
大幅度
the
跃升，
composite
部
strength
分
of
优
our
势领域
transportation
跻
has
身
been
世界
increasing
前列，
rapidly.
有
In
力
many
保障
areas,
了
we are
全
ranking
面建
among the
成
first in
小
the
康社
world
会
in terms of
和
modernization
社会主义
efforts,
现代化
and
国家的
that
建
has
设。
provides us a safeguard
下
to
一步，
build a
我
moderately
们
prosperous
将制
society in
定
all
实施
respect and socialist
加快建设
modernization.
交通强国
Going
的
forward,
5年
we
行
will
动计
continue
划
to implement
重
the
点要
5-year
抓
plan for moving
10个
forward
方
to
面的
boost
工作。
China's strength in
第一个
transportation,
还是
including
加强现代化
many
的基础设
initiatives.
施的建设，
The first is an
优
initiative
化
on
布
building
局，
modern
优化
comprehensive
结构，
transport
优化
infrastructure
功
system,
能，做
improving
好
the
系统
structure,
集成。
improving their functions,
第二个方面
and
呢，
forging
就是提
synergies.
升运输服务的质
The
量，
second is to
努力
improve
做
the
到
quality
人
of
享其行，
transportation
物
services.
畅其流。
Make sure that
第三
people
呢，
and
就是要
cargo
服
can
务
be
好乡
transported
村振
smoothly.
兴和
Third,
区域
we
协
need
调发展，
to
推动
focus on
城乡
coordinated
交通
development
运输一体化发展。
in among regions by
第四呢，就是深化
providing
交通科技
transportation.
创新驱动，推
Fourth,
动数字化、
the
智能
initiative
化
on
和联网化。
science and technology and
第
innovation-driven
五
development.
是推动交通运输
in the transport
绿色
sector.
低碳转型
Fifth,
优化
the
调
initiative
整结构，推
green
动
and low
清
carbon
洁
transition
低
of
碳
the
发展。
transportation sector.
第六是强化安全
Sixth,
生产，
improving
加强行业
safety
监
in
管，
production,
完善重点
strengthening
领域的安全
supervision
保
in
障
the。sector, and ensuring
第七呢，就
safety
是
in
提
key
升
areas.
交通运输的
Seventh,
开放合作水平，
improving the
加
level
强
of
互联
international
互通，
cooperation,
推动全球交
improving
通合作，
connectivity,
推
and
动“一
forging
带一路”高质量
global
发展。
cooperation for high-quality
第
Belt and
八
Road
就是
cooperation.
加强
Eighth,
人才队伍建设。
we need to
第
foster
九
a high-end
是
workforce.
提高管理的能力，
Ninth,
完善法律法
we need
规，
to
加
increase
强
our
综
ability
合
to
监管，
govern
建设统一
strengthen
开放的交通运输大市
the
场，
legal
优
system
化营
to
商
build
环
a
境。
unified market
第
and
十呢，
improve
就是
business
加
environment.
强
The
党
10th
对
is
交通运
an
输工作的
initiative
领导
on，
加强交通运
strengthening
输
the
战线
party's
党的建
leadership
设。
on transportation.
我们将以习近平新时代中国特色
We
社
will
会思
follow
想
the
为
Xi
指导，
Jinping thought on
认真贯彻
socialism
落实党
with
的
Chinese
20大精神
characteristics for the
和
new era
习近平
and
总书记
fully
对交通运
implement
输的一系列
the
重要指示
Party
提
20th
示，
National
奋力
Congress
加快建设
guiding
交通强
principles
国，
and
努力当好
move
中国
faster to
现代化
build
的
China's
开
strength
路
in
先锋，
transportation
为服务
and
保
make
障社会
transportation
现
the
代化强国
pioneer
建
for
设做出
modernization
新
drive
的
and
更
make
大的
new
贡献。
contribution
谢谢。
for socialist
好，下一
modernization.
个问题。
Next question, please.
女士。
谢谢主持人。南方日报南方家记者提问：今
Southern
年春
Daily
运是疫情防控措施优化调整后的首次春运。
This year, the Spring Festival Rush is the first of its kind after China fine-tuned its COVID-19 protocols. What has the Spring Festival Transportation Special Group has done to ensure that?
正如你所讲，
Thank you for your
今年的春运
question.
呢，是疫情
Indeed,
防
as you
控
said,
进入到了
this
新
year's
阶
Spring
段之后
Festival
的第
rush
一个
is the
春运。
first after we
困
enter a
难
new
挑战
phase of
大，
COVID-19
不确定
response.
因素
We
多，
faced a lot
情
of
况呢
difficulties,
尤为复
challenges,
杂。
and
党
uncertainties,
中央、国务院
and
高度重视
highly
做好今
complex
年的春运
situation.
工作。
The CPC
习
Central
近
Committee
平
and
总
the
书
State
记
Council
在
attach
1
great
月18号
importance to the
视
rush.
频连线
During
慰问
virtual
基层
talks
干部
with
群众的时候，
grassroots officials
指
and
出
people on
春
January
运是
18,
关系人民
General
群众
Secretary
切
Xi
身利益、
pointed out
关
that
系经济发展和
Spring
社会
Festival
稳
travel
定
is
的一件
important
大
for
事，
people's immediate
并
interests,
且
economic
对
development
做
and
好
social
春运工
stability.
作提
He
出了
also made
明确的
clear
要求。
requirements about
交通
ensuring
运输部
smooth
呢，与
transport
各方面一道，
during the festival.
坚决贯彻落实总书记的
Together
重
with
要
other
指示精神
authorities,
和
our
党中央、
ministry
国务
and
院
the
的决
system
策部
has
署，
earnestly
会
implemented
同
General
16
Secretary
个部
Xi's
门
instructions
和
and
单位成立
decisions of
了
the
春
State
运工作
Council.
专班，
Together with
以
other
最大的能
16
力、最
agencies
佳的
and
状态和最优
ministries,
的服
we
务，
formed up
统
a
筹做
work
好
group
疫情
on
防
special
控和
festival
春运
rush.
服务
With
保障
utmost
各项
capability
工
and
作，
best
保
services,
障了人
we
民群众
coordinated
平
COVID-19
安、
response and
健康、
transport
便
services,
捷、舒
and
畅
ensured
出行，
safe, healthy,
保障了
convenient,
重
and
点
comfortable
物资
travel
的
of our
有
people
效运输。
and
总的来
smooth
看呢，
transport
今
of
年的
key
春运有
goods.
以下几个特点。
Overall, there are
第一
several
个特点
features
呢，
about the
就
rush
是
this
社会
year.
人员流动量
First,
大幅度
the
增
whole
长。
society flow of people sharply
春
increased.
运期间呢，
During the festival,
回乡过年
people
的人，
needed to
探亲访友
return
的
home,
人，
visit
旅游
relatives
度
and
假的人，
friends,
还有一
and
部分
go
商
on
务旅行的
vacation
人，
or business
他们
travels.
需求呢集中释放，带动了
So
春运
that
客
has
运量
led
大幅
to
度
a
回升。
sharp rebound in the
我们
passenger
初步
flow.
的不完全的统计，
According to
全社会人
preliminary
员流动量
statistics,
超过了47个亿，
over 4.7
这
billion
比
trips were made
2022
across society,
年增长了近30%
up
左右，
by nearly
创造了
30% than
2020
last
年春
year,
运以来
and
的
a new high
新高。
since the Spring Festival rush in
实践证明，
2020.
党中央对
Facts
疫
have
情
proven that
形
the
势的重
CPC
大
Central
判断，
Committee's
对
important
防控工
assessment
作的
about
重大决
COVID-19
策，对
situation
防控策略
and
的重大
important
调整
decisions and
是完全
adjustments
正
about
确的，
the
实
strategy
施是有
are
利的，
completely right,
群众是
they're
认可
effective
的，成
and
效是巨
have
大
been recognized by our people.
40天，47亿的人流量，反映出
4.7
流动的
billion
中
trips
国
in 40
发展的
days.
中国
That
充
shows
满活力和
the
希望。
development vitality and hope of our
那么
country.
同时呢，
At the same time,
第二就是自驾
we
车的出行
also
量。
see that
创
the
了
number of
历史的新高。
self-driving trips hit a
那
record
么
high.
今年春运这40天，
During the
在
40
高速
days,
公路上自驾车的小客车
the
的
flow
流
of
量
self-driving
有
passenger cars on
11.84
expressways
亿左右，折算成人流量大概
amounted to
超过了
1.5
31个
billion.
亿。
So that means about
日均
3.1 billion
小客
people
车的
made
车辆
trips in
达
this
到了
way.
2960万辆，
The
单日
per
高
day
峰最高
average
出现
passenger
在初
car
六，
flow
突破
reached
了6000万辆。
29.6 million
那
per
么
day, historically
它所载
exceeding 6 million
的客
at the
流
peak
占
on the
全社
6th
会
day of the
客流
lunar
的比
month.
重
The
从
number of
2019
passengers
年
carried
的
accounted for
7%上升到今年的
66% of the total whole society flow of people, up from 47% in 2019. Third, passenger flow by commercial transport significantly resumed. About 1.6 billion trips were made by commercial transport, up by more than 50% than last year, and returning to about 50% of the number in 2019. Fourth, we ensured smooth and orderly transport and logistics. During the 40 days, the transport of major key products were smooth, and we managed to satisfy the needs of products relating to medical services, energy, food, livelihood, and spring plowing and farming preparations. Fifth, we steadily implemented the adjusted COVID-19 response. We took concrete actions in this regard. Our professionals strictly protected themselves. The public actively cooperated with us and showed a responsibility for their personal health. Despite the massive flow of people and goods, we prevented cross-infection to the utmost degree and ensured the health of travelers and professionals. We have seen success in Spring Festival Rush this year, and people are significantly more satisfied with our work. It's mainly because we have taken three measures. First, enhanced workplace safety in transport. In key areas, we inspected and spotted major risks, took measures to address bad weather, and provide guidance for safe travel. Overall, we saw steady progress in this regard. Second, we followed targeted and science-based COVID-19 response. With concrete actions, we ensured COVID-19 prevention and control in key areas and equipment, protected our professionals, and downgraded COVID-19 to the B category. Third, we've mobilized and organized the whole system in key areas and at key timing. We enhanced our analysis and explored potentials to satisfy the needs of travelers. In terms of highway networks, we enhanced supervision to ensure smooth transport. In terms of logistics, we enhanced coordination and attached greater priority to ensuring smooth logistics. So, through workplace safety, COVID-19 response, supervision, and coordination, we have achieved the overall steady transport during the Spring Festival rush. Especially local governments have attached great importance to the rush. In some provinces, autonomous regions, and cities, the main leaders provided direct guidance. Some carried out inspections on the spot, and some personally provided guidance. Also, all members of the special work group made joint efforts. Railway, expressway, water, air, and postal transport coordinated well with each other. Grassroots officials and people and professionals made contribution with dedication and hard work. All this has ensured success in our work during the festival. So I'd like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to all the local governments, authorities, grassroots officials, and professionals for their hard work. We'd also like to thank our people for their understanding and support. In particular, during the travel rush, friends from the media covered the travel rush in an in-depth manner and comprehensive way. You reported the highlights and overall situation and making your contribution to the travel rush. So a big thank you to all of you here. We're aware of the great importance of the Spring Festival travel rush. People have great expectations, and the leadership and all authorities have high expectations for that. Although we have done a lot of work, there is still room for improvement. So in the future, we'll continue to make efforts to improve our work during the rush and better satisfy our people's needs for travel during the rush. I count on your continued support, supervision, advice. Thank you. In this regard, thank you.
左边第一排。
谢谢主持人。封面新闻记者提问。我们知道这个交通物流啊，它一头
Transport and logistics are closely related to both production and consumption. Could you please brief us on your efforts to ensure smooth logistics since April last year, and what measures will take to build a new development paradigm at a faster pace?
Thank you for your question for keeping the logistics smooth. You are right in saying that transportation and logistics concerns both production and consumption. It is important for maintaining order in people's normal production and life, and for promoting stability in industrial and supply chain. It is an important foundation in that regard. The Party Central Committee and the State Council attach great importance to the work, and General Secretary Xi Jinping made important instructions, emphasizing that we need to ensure smooth flow of transport and logistics. The Ministry of Transport followed through on the instructions by General Secretary Xi and worked with relevant departments to establish the leading group for the smooth flow of logistics. Many regions have also established working mechanisms for ensure smooth logistics led by their local principals. They have been aligning with the demand and the supply and ensuring follow-up services. We stick to the mechanism of on-call shifts and deal with the matter on a case-by-case basis. Without delay, with our concerted efforts, we have made periodic achievements in this regard. Specifically speaking, first, we have been able to maintain smooth operation in the artery and microcirculation in transport. The once closed down expressway toll station and service areas are now opened. The temporarily set up quarantine checkpoints are now cancelled, and express delivery packages distribution centers in areas above the level of county, which has been closed down, is now recovered. And we have been ensuring smooth operation, normal operation in ports as well. Second, the logistics and transport are operating in a normal state. In 2022, the for-profit freight transport increased by 8.2% in 2009 and has returned to 97% of 2021. Average passenger volume in railway and average cargo handling in ports are both increasing by over 20%. Civil aviation's services returned to about 80% to 2019 level. Postal services businesses increased by 159.4% compared to 2019. These numbers fully shows that the transportation has returned to normal. The third feature is that we maintain order in the transportation of key and critical goods. We cooperated with businesses and made sure that foods, means and equipment of agricultural production and medical equipment and other key goods are smoothly transported, effectively ensuring the smooth social and economic cooperation. The reason why we are able to achieve this progress is because of the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee and the State Council, and also the concerted effort of each department and everyone. Also because of the role that mechanisms in ensuring smooth operation has played, and also the dedication of
央视、
frontline
新华
workers.
社、人民日报以及广大
I would like
新
to
闻媒体
mention
主动跟
the
进、持
important
续报
role
道，
and
对
proactive
引导社会预期、
covering
营造良
of
好氛围
our media
发挥了
friends,
重要的
including
作用。
the CCTV,
尽
the
管
Xinhua
保
News
通保
Agency,
畅
and
取得
People's
阶段
Daily.
性的成效，但是国内国际的
However,
物流保
since
通保畅
although we
面
have
临的形势
made some
仍然
achievement in this
严峻复
regard,
杂。
we are also facing
下
tremendous
一步呢，
difficulties.
我们将要贯
So
彻
in the
落实
next
好
stage,
总书记
we
的
need
重
to
要指示精神，
faithfully
充分发挥
implement
国务
the
院物
important
流保通
instructions
保
made
畅
by
领导
General
小组
Secretary
及
Xi
其办公
Jinping
室的作用，
and fully leverage the role
服
of
务
the
构
office
建
of
新发展格局，
the leading
全
group
力
on
巩固已有
ensuring
成果，
smooth
全力调
logistics,
动各方力量，
consolidate
全
existing
力做好
outcomes,
保
and
通保畅
mobilize
各
forces
项
in
工作。
all areas,
第一呢，
and
还是
ensure
要
our
保
work
畅
in
通，
this regard.
要坚
To do
持
that, first we need
24小
to
时的值班值守，
maintain smooth
加强督
transport
办、
network.
转办和
We
跟
need to
踪
have
调
a
度，
24/7
及时做
on-call
好
shift
重点
mechanism,
物流通道的疏导，
increase supervision
坚决防止
and
长
follow-up
时间
coordination,
大范围的拥堵和中断。
and prevent long-term
第二
and
呢，就是要
large-scale
保运输，
clocks and
要继续
suspension
做
of
好
services.
供需对接
Second, we
和
need
统筹调
to
度，
ensure
健全
the
应急
transportation of
运
critical
力的储
goods
备，完
better
善应急预
align
案，切实
supply and
保
demand
障
and
各类
coordinate
重点物资
and improve the
高效
capacity
顺
for
畅
emergency
的运输，
transportation
促进经济循环
in
畅
order
通
to
特别是要
safeguard
重点
the
保
efficient
能
and
源、
smooth
粮
transportation
食、
of key
医
goods
药
to
物资
ensure the
重
economic
点民生
circulation's
物资
smooth
等等。
operation, especially in areas
第
like
三呢，就是保运行，
energy,
要加强调度指挥，
medicine,
加强
and
运
so
行
on,
监
and
测，
livelihoods.
及时分
Thirdly,
析判断问题，
We
保
need
障
to make
交
sure
通
that
物
the
流
transport
的安
operates
全稳
smoothly
定。
and monitor the
第四
system
呢，
so as to
就是保
prevent
末端，
problems.
末端的
Fourth,
畅通
we
也
need
是
to
十分
maintain
重要的。我们要不断健全
smooth operation at
城
the
乡
ends of
物流
logistics between
末端
urban
配
and
送
rural
的服务
areas.
网络，
We
全
need
力
to
打通城乡
improve
地区
the
物资运输配送的
transportation
最后1公里
network，at the end
畅
of
通
urban
城乡
rural
经济循
logistics
环，
and
保
smooth
障
out the
人
last
民群
mile
众
of
生产生活。
goods transportation to
第
ensure
五呢，就
people's
是保
normal
国际
lives.
要确保国际物流供应链
Fifth,
的畅
we
通。
need to maintain
我们要
stability
加快
in
培育
international
具有
logistics.
国际竞争力的
We need
现
to
代物流企
foster
业，
a
着力构
modern
建
logistic
开放、
businesses
共享、
with
覆盖全
international
球、安全可靠
competitiveness、
保障有力的国际物
and
流供应链。
foster
总之
a
吧，
international
我们要
logistic
在
supply
党中
chains
央国务
that
院
is
领导
secure,
下继续做好
open,
工
shared
作
by all, and global.
继续
In
保
all,
通保畅
we need to
为
implement the Party Central Committee's decisions
经济循
and
环
continue to
做
make
好为
contributions
经济发展
and
做
make
好
services to economic and
谢谢。
social development.
好，请大
Thank
家
you.
继续提问。
More
中
questions,
间第
please.
4排这位女士。
谢谢主持人。南方都市报记者提问。
Thank you for your
疫情3
question.
年来，交通运输业发展
In
面
the
临
past
诸多
3
困难。
years, the
想请
transportation
问
has
交通运
faced
输
with
部开
many
展哪些工
difficulties.
作助其纾困？
I want to
今年会
ask
有
that
具体
what
政
has
策
the
吗？谢谢。
ministry has been doing
好，这个
in
问题
terms
呢，
of
我
helping with
请徐中光
businesses.
副部长来回答。
好，谢谢你的提问。交通物流
Thank you for your
是
question.
市场经济的经脉，也是民生领域的
Transportation has been the
重要
lifeline of market economy and also an important support for people's livelihood.
2022年，受疫情
In
多重因素的
2022,
影响，
due to
交通
multiple
运输市场
factors,
主体生产经营遇
the
到了较大的困难。
businesses of
党中
market
央、国务院
entities in
高
the
度重
transport
视，
sector has
给
met
予
with
重点，
difficulties. The
交通运输
Central
部深入
Committee
学习
and the
贯彻
State
党的20大精
Council
神，
attaches great
认真
importance to
落
that
实疫情
and
要
offered
防住，
relief measures
经
to
济要
them.
稳住，
The
发展要安全的要求。
Ministry of Transport
全面落实
has
稳经济
studied
一
in
揽子政
depth
策和
the
节序政策，
party's 20th National
会同
Congress
有
guiding
关部
principles
门
and has
细化政策措
implemented
施
the principle of
加大对
preventing
受疫
COVID-19
情影
resurgence,
响较
maintaining
大企业
stability
的
of the
纾困
economy,
支持力
and
度，
ensuring security of
着力稳
development.
定交通运
We
输
have been
市
able
场
to
主
fully
体，
implement the
维
policy
稳住
package
经济大盘，
for
保持经
maintaining
济运行
stability
的
in the
合理
economy
区间，
and
贡献了交
have
通力量。
follow-up policies.
我们主要开展了以下工作：
In that respect, we have mainly been doing the following work. First, we have rolled out more relief policies for better synergy among policies, reduce fees at ports, and reduce some pillage dues at seaports. We improved towage charge policies and temporarily lowered port and cargo dues. We provided guidance for regions to apply differentiated highway toll rates and open up green lanes for transporting fresh produce. We also reduced and exempt Q4 truck tolls by 10%. All these measures resulted in a redemption of 96.6 billion yuan. We also cooperated with the PBOC in rolling out special purpose relending and work with relevant departments in rolling out tax reduction and refund policies. And it also includes deferral of social insurance payments and fiscal subsidies, among others. All these policies are targeted, inclusive, and well synchronized. Secondly, we took many measures to make sure that the relief policies can be enjoyed by all. We have guided regional transportation departments in improving their working mechanism, improving their rules for implementation, and ensuring comprehensive supervision and special purpose mentoring in order to hold them accountable. We updated the list of relief policies, promote public understanding of the policies, and help the companies know better and benefit from the policies. We enhance cooperation between government, banks, and businesses, increase information sharing between market entities. This year, we work with relevant departments and elongated the transport special purpose relending to the end of June in 2023. We simplified the conditions for application and shortened the time for reimbursement. Third, we have enhanced operation monitoring and fully unleashed the policy's benefits. We monitored economic and business operation and followed through on the implementation situation. We improved the mechanism for fiscal and tax financial departments and coordinated to solve problems in policy implementation. In 2022, the tax burden reduced by 15.4% for every 100 yuan revenue income. We also released the policy of loan determined by state-owned car companies and financial institutions. These policies are now put into practice, effectively reducing the burden of companies. In 2023, the Ministry of Transport will continue to fully implement the Party's 20th National Congress and the Central Economic Central Conference. We will continue to improve business environment and incentivize market entities and better serve socio-economic development. Thank you. Now he gave a very thorough answer to this question. What I want to say is that we attach high importance to the Central Committee attaches high importance to the problems met by the business entities in the sector. I also want to give a big thank you to our media friends in reporting these difficulties met by these companies. In the new year, we will continue to follow through on the Party Central Committee's instructions and work with the companies to overcome these difficulties in order to achieve better development. Thank you. Next question, please. General Secretary Xi Jinping attaches high importance to better building, managing, and maintaining and operating rural roads. What have we achieved and what is to be done? Thank you for your question. This 4B Rural Road project is proposed and promoted by General Secretary Xi Jinping himself. It's a project that improves people's livelihood, wins public support, and delivers good governance. After the 18th Party Congress, General Secretary Xi Jinping has made important instructions on this project. He said that we both need to better construct, manage rural roads, but also we need to maintain and operate the rural roads well. He especially emphasized that we have already made concrete efforts and outcomes in this respect. These efforts have been able to win people's support and increase fiscal revenue. This has injected great momentum in building high-quality 4B rural projects. At the end of 2020, we had been able to achieve many achievements, including making township and administrative villages with relevant conditions to have access to concrete roads, bus, and postal services. This has provided effective guarantee and support for our winning the critical battle against poverty and building a moderate prosperous society in all respects. In 2020, we have been earnestly implementing the Party Central Committee and State Council's decisions. We had renovated over 180,000 kilometers of rural roads and renovated over 10,000 bridges and improved production for over 135,000 roads and over 3,000 work relief projects, increasing 78,000 jobs and increasing 800,000 jobs. The coverage area of rural roads led by principals reached 67.98%, and over 8,000 roads can be accessible to cargo, passenger, and postal services. Going forward, we will follow General Secretary Xi Jinping's instruction and put forth the high-quality development of 4B rural roads and better improve modern rural transportation in order to better serve rural revitalization and rural and agricultural modernization, and to provide safeguard for common prosperity for all. We will do work in 5 areas. First, we will launch a new round of rural road construction and renovation that includes at least primarily 5 projects. First, building backbone roads. Second, elongating existing roads. Third, enhancing existing roads. And fifth, improving services. Through these 5 major projects, we are able to provide convenient, high-speed, and inclusive and fairly distributed rural road network. Second, we will help rural residents finding jobs near their home and increase their income. We know that rural roads is infrastructure for transport. In building the roads, we can create jobs for rural residents so that they can find jobs near their home. We need to do more to spread the policy of providing work relief and increase jobs related to rural roads. Third, we need to enhance management and maintenance of rural roads to make it more specialized, automated, and of a larger scale. We also need to ensure and facilitate all-factor and whole-process digital management of rural roads. Fourth, we need to continue to increase the quality of transport services. we need to build its rural logistics system at 3 levels and to ensure integrated development of passenger and cargo transportation and delivery and postal services, and ensure more equal development between urban and rural areas. Fifth, advancing innovative integrated development of rural roads to link them with supportive facilities, industrial parks, scenic spots, and key sites for village tourism along the road, to develop road-related economy and make the roads the precursor to more prosperous, richer, and more beautiful lives. Thank you.
那这边第二排吧，左边第二排。
谢谢主持人。成都商报红星新闻记者提问。
Expanding investment in transport is an important measure to protect livelihood and boost development, and critical for boosting investment and stabilizing growth. What has been done in boosting investment and stabilizing growth, and what are new measures in this year?
Thank you for your question on investment. In the past year, the fixed asset investment was 3.8 trillion yuan, 6% increase year-on-year, making contribution to economic development. This year, we will maintain that momentum to make sure that it operates at a higher level and continue to make contribution to economic growth. Now, I give the floor to the Vice Minister for an answer. The transport infrastructure has many features. Its investment is large, it is very efficient, its benefits overall good, and can mobilize other businesses. It's also an important area for increasing jobs and stabilizing growth. In 2022, the Ministry of Transport have been committed to the principle of ensuring stability while pursuing progress and make proactive investment in transport infrastructure. Just like the Minister just said, in the whole year, we have completed over 3.8 trillion yuan of fixed asset investment over the year, achieving 6% increase year-on-year, hitting a historic high. Among them, real investment was 710.9 billion, on par with last year. 2.9 trillion for highway, 9.7% increase. For waterway, the investment was 167.9 trillion, 10% increase. For civil aviation, would increase over 120 billion yuan, on par with last year. Being able to maintain a 6% growth for this year is very hard-won achievement. So we have made our contribution to maintaining, make sure that economy operates at an appropriate range. To do that, we have made the following work. First, we have enhanced policy safeguards. We released the National Highway Network Planning and the opinions on accelerating the building of the backbone network of the National Comprehensive Transportation Network. We work with relevant parties and departments in coordinating to resolve the environmental impact assessment and other issues in using lands and sea areas for transportation projects. These measures have created a good policy environment for high-quality transport infrastructure development. Second, we enhance our effort to advance projects, focusing on building, improving, and strengthening the network. We roll out 11 packages and 16 major projects in boosting China's strength in transport. The main backbone network of National Comprehensive Transport Network, including 6 axes, 7 corridors, and 8 channels, is basically formed. A series of important projects, including railway, highway, waterway, and civil aviation, are completed. We have added over 5,000 kilometers of new operation millage. Among them, high-speed railroad was 2,000. In terms of road, we added over 70,000 kilometers. Among them, 8,000 kilometers are expressways. In terms of waterways, we added 92 berths of 10,000 tons of handling capacity and 800 kilometers of high-grade inland waterways. In terms of civil aviation, we added 6 certified freight airports, and a series of important projects are advancing in order. We have also been ensuring the work in strengthening supply chains in 15 key areas and renovated roads of over 180,000 kilometers, renovated bridges 13.8, and prevented disasters in roads of over 5,400 kilometers. Third, we have been able to mobilize construction capitals from various parties, using the leading role of the capital from the central government. Over 340 billion yuan from the central fiscal pool in 2022 are used on building roads and waterways. Through this, we have been able to pull special purpose funds from local governments to transport projects. We have also been rolling out policy-based and developmental financial instruments and other measures to support transport projects. This year, we will continue to provide support for the overall returning for the better in our economy. Specifically speaking, first, we need to build, improve, and strengthen the network and improve key project construction. Second, enhance capital and policy support. To use government investment to galvanize social and private investment. Third, we need to improve the number of projects and build a better foundation for increasing transport investment. Thank you.
中间第2排，右侧这位女士。
谢谢主持人，我是长江日报的驻京记者。交通运输呢是市场经济的经脉，也是服务保障民生的重要支撑。我想请问一下，过去的几年，咱们交通运输部门在
My question is, what has the Transport Department been doing to improve people's lives and improving people's travels?
Thank you for your question related to people's livelihood. General Secretary Xi pointed out that satisfying the people's aspirations for a better life is the goal of all the parties' work. Every part of the transport work relates to people's livelihoods. So one of our primary goals is that the people are satisfied with their work. Every year, we will set ourselves more concrete goals to facilitate people's livelihood. Starting from 2015, we have been doing that for 8 years in a row. Last year, we laid out 12 tasks to serve the people, all of which have been completed, and we will continue our work on this front. Now, I will invite Mr. Xu Chengguang to answer your questions in greater detail. As Minister
交通运输是
said,
关系国计民生、服务亿万
transport
群众，
bears on national
各方面
development
的
and
工
people's
作
livelihood.
基本上都
We
和我
serve
们交通运
billions
输
of
工作
people.
相关。
So
这些
our
年，
work
交
is
通运输
closely
部
related to
始
people's
终坚
well-being.
持以人民为中
These
心的
years,
发展思
we've
想。
been
我们从
putting people
2015年开
at the
始，
center of our
连
work.
续8年，
Starting from
每年都推
2015,
出一
for 8
批
years in a
交
row,
通运输
we set
更贴
ourselves
近民
concrete
生的
goals
实
every
事，
year to serve the
并推
people.
动形成了常
We
态
have
化的
normalized
工作
the
机
working
制，
mechanism
确保
to ensure
每年推出的这些实事
these concrete
都能
measures
够
every year rolled out every
落
year
实
can
到
be
位。
put into action.
去年呢，
Last
我们
year,
推出了12件
we
更
laid
贴
out
近民生的
12
实事，
priorities
并
to
且
serve
呢
the
都已
people,
经
all of which
全部
were
完成。比
accomplished.
如，
For
为
instance,
提高农村地区安全出行水平，
rural
我们
area
实施农村公路安全生命
enhanced
防
the
护工
safety
程
of transport.
，13.5
We
万公里，
improved the safety of
改造公路维旧桥梁
135,000 km of rural highways. We
1.38万座。
renovated
为了便利
13,800
老
old and
龄人
dangerous
群的
road
出行，
bridges
我
to
们打造
facilitate the
敬
transport,
老
the
爱老
troubles of
服
the
务式
elderly.
城市公共气电车线
We
路
set up more than
2700余条，
2,700
改
elderly
造
friendly
城
urban
市
bus
公
and
共气
tram
电
lines
车站
and
台
renovated
9500余个，
9,500 and
推
more
进
urban
适老
public
化
bus and
交通出
tram
行服务。
stations to improve
针对高速公
elderly-oriented
路服务
transport
区货
services.
车停车难的问题，我们
To
新设
address difficulties
高
in
速公路服务
parking
区
for trucks
货车的
on
停车位
expressways, we
2.15
added
万个，并且还新建了
21,500 truck
400余
parking
个
spaces in
司机支架。
expressway service areas and also
为
over
解决疫情
400
防控
drivers'
期间
homes.
国际船员
To
的
address
换班难题，
The
我们
difficulties
多
in
方协
crew
调，
changes
努
during
力争取各
COVID-19,
方理解
we
支持，
coordinated with
完成
various
国际航
agencies
行船舶船员
and
换班
completed
17万人次，
170,000
解
crew
决了一
changes on
度
international navigation ships
国际船员面对的上得
so
了
as to
船、下不
address the
了船
pressing
的困难。
needs of the professionals
此外，
who
铁
find
路、
it
民航、
difficult
邮政
to
等领域
return
也
home
都
from
实施
their
并完
ships.
成了系
Besides,
列的
in
民生
railway,
实事，
civil aviation and
全
coastal
方位多
areas
角度
all
服务好百
have
姓出
taken
行。
concrete actions
铁
to
路方
serve
面，
people's travel in an
修订了
all-round and
铁路旅客运输
multi-dimensional
规
way.
程，在
In
实
railway, we
行
amended
车票
rules and
实名制的
regulations
情
of
况
rail
下，
passenger
扩
transport.
大了儿童权益的普惠范围，
We've expanded
组
children's
织开
rights and
展
benefits
列车鸣
and
笛
launched an
等铁
initiative to
路噪
reduce
音
rail
污染防
noise
治。
pollution, such as train
民航
whistle.
方面，
In
开展
terms of
航班
civil
临时取
aviation,
消
we
专项治理。
launched an action to
24个
address
小时内
temporary
临
flight
时取消航
cancellations.
班的
The
数
number
量
of flights cancelled
由
within 24
2022年
hours
6月份的
has been reduced
1.6万
from
班下降到
16,000 in June
0.6万班，
2022 to
加
6,000.
快行李全
We
流程跟踪
accelerated，whole process
实现对
tracking of luggage
6.7万个航班的
covering
2300多万件
over
行李的
2.3
全流
million
程跟
luggages
踪。
from 67,000
邮政方面，
flights. In
深
terms
入
of
实
postal
施
service,
快递进
we
村
deeply
工程，
implemented the project
快递
of
的服
ensuring
务
express
已经
delivery
覆
into
盖了
villages,
全国
covering
95%左右的
about
建筑村，
95% of all the
做好快递
administrative
员
villages around
权
the
益的
country.
保障，
We housed
新建
protection of the
暖
rights of
风
the
驿站
couriers
等爱
and set
心
up
服务
over
场所3万多家。
30,000 caring
2023
and
年，
service
围
stations
绕
for
人民
them.
群众最
In
关心、最直接、
2023,
最
focusing
现实
on the
的
most
利益
immediate
问题，
interests of our
我
people,
们将推出
we will launch
高速公路阳光
the
救援行
Sunshine
动，
Rescue Action on
关心关爱
expressways,
货车司机
the Care
专
for
项行
Truck
动，
Drivers Action,
港口服务能力
Port
提升工
Service
程、
Capability
国内水路
Improvement
客运
Project,
便民行动
and Domestic
等新的
Waterway
一批
Passenger Transport
交通运
Facilitation
输
Action.
更贴近民生的
We'll aim
实事，
to roll out
做到
more
想群众之
livelihood
所想，
facilitation
行
projects
群众
to meet
之所
people's
盼，
aspirations
努力为人民群众和广大从业人员
and
提供更贴心、
provide better
更暖心的服
services
务，
and
做到
care
人
for the
祥
people
其
and
行，
professionals,
物畅其流，
so as to
不断提
ensure
升
smooth travel for
人民
both
群众
people
的
and
获得感、
goods, and
幸福
enhance our
感、
people's sense
安
of
全感。
gaining
谢谢。
happiness and security.
时
Thank
间
you.
关系，我们最后一个问题吧。
For the benefit of time, last
中间第二
question.
排。好，
谢谢总台央视记者提问。那去年在第2届联合国全球可持续交通发展大会
The second UN Global Sustainable Transport Conference anniversary, China's Global Innovation and Knowledge Center for Sustainable Transport was unveiled. How will you further leverage the role of the platform to promote global transport cooperation? Thank you for your question. General Secretary Xi Jinping attaches great importance to promoting global transport cooperation. On October the 14th, 2021, when attending the opening ceremony of the second UN Global Sustainable Transport Conference, he delivered a keynote speech and announced that China will set up a global innovation and knowledge center for sustainable transport. Last year, on the first anniversary of that conference, the center was unveiled, and General Secretary Xi sent a congratulatory letter to it. He pointed out that China is ready to work with other countries to fully leverage the platform of the center to advance global transport cooperation and make contribution to promoting the Global Development Initiative, implementing the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and building a community with a shared future for mankind. The Ministry of Transport attaches great importance to that, has been accelerating our work to develop the center. Here, I'd like to announce that, as approved by the State Council, the Ministry of Transport will hold on September the 25th to 26th in Beijing a Global Sustainable Transport Forum 2023. The forum will be organized by the center. At the same time, we will hold the 15th China International Exhibition on Transport Technology and Equipment, or China Transpo. During the forum, we will announce the establishment of a Global Sustainable Transport Innovation Coalition, or Alliance. That is to say, on September the 25th to 26th, we'll have the forum, the exhibition, and also the Alliance. Now I will briefly introduce them to you. About the forum, the 2-day forum will be held in a hybrid online-offline format. Its theme is Sustainable Transport. Work together to promote global development. Based on General Secretary Xi's important proposal about 5 upholds in global transport cooperation, we will have 5 agenda items. We'll hold 1 plenary session and opening ceremony, 4 thematic sessions, and 1 ministers' roundtable and closing ceremony, as well as side events. We'll invite guests from China and abroad to the forum and provide an official high-level platform for global transport cooperation, and also inject impetus into the implementation of the Global Development Initiative. Second, about the exhibition. The 15th China Transpo will be themed as Innovation-Led Transport, Connecting the World. It will showcase new technologies, breakthroughs, and achievements of China and other countries in smart upgrading of transport infrastructure, R&D of new transport equipment, and smart transport operation and services, so as to build a platform for publicizing technology, sustainable transport technology, equipment, standards, and experience. Third, about the alliance. The Global Sustainable Transport Innovation Alliance will be initiated by the Center together with other top businesses and organizations from around the world. The founding members will include businesses and institutions around the world in transport, finance, and science and technology. We envision the alliance as an international and professional NGO with the aim of building a new platform for multi-level cooperation involving the government, society, and businesses. The forum and exhibition will invite delegates from governments and businesses at home and abroad, and friends from the press, especially the ones here, are most welcome to cover the forum and exhibition. Thank you. This is the end of the press conference.
大家再见。